Welcome to a match of Starcraft 2, played by people that are way better than me. The map is going to be Light Shade Landing in the upper left, the Terran in red, everyone's favorite lovable Micro Jackson playing for Shopify's Rebellion. It is Byun. And the opponent spawning in the bottom right in blue. I'm sure to be best described as the personal nemesis of Maru. It is the Zerg Solar, playing for Kaizi Gaming, I believe is how I pronounce that. Just a hunch, a shot in the dark. Well, there's no dark here. It's just Solar and Byun. There's no dark, I promise. Solar might play like dark, who knows? Who knows what is in store for this game here? So far, it's looking to be perhaps one of the scariest prospects of all. A macro game. There are no proxy buildings going on. The barracks is right where you would expect it to be. A natural hatchery, a natchery, if you will, was placed first. Spawning pool just now going down, so it's a standard game. It's a standard opener. I don't really expect either one of these players to deviate too much from a standard play. I have seen Solar do some pool firsts, of course, when he wants to try and take control of the game, if you will. There's not much happening, so we're gonna get right down to the content that I know all of you came to see and enjoy, and that is National Geographic Overlord style. He's actually just going to sit on top of the fan. Solar really helping me out, making this an exciting game. I'll talk about the builds, why not? Byun going for a bit of a greedy opener, slight greed in reactor first. Normally, as a Terran, you could open up Marine first. You could open up Reaper, that's what I would expect it to be, but instead, Byun is opting for Reactor first, and immediately sending out two of these bad boys. You might not expect the first unit to be made from the Terran to actually be the scariest, but Marines are no joke. You give those guys some shields and some drugs, and they will mess you up. It does not matter who or what kind of Zerg creature you are. On the other side of the map, Zergling speed is on the way. Big shocker, I know. Huge surprise. Solar's just droning. Third base. Almost completed. It's that beautiful setup time. We're in those first 5 minutes, the introductory builds here. Factory and the barracks did a flip-a-roo. A switch-a-roo. Not sure which word you really want to go with, but either way, that factory is here now, and it's making reactored Hellions. So Byun probably going to want to head out, take some map control. The real question is, where does it go from there? And that's really, I think, going to kind of dictate the feel and the flow of the game. Because as the Zerg, Solar is just wanting to drone up right now. He's only got 38 drones, which is probably double what I would have if I were playing this game. But that's besides the point. Solar wants to get up to that nice, healthy drone count of probably 70, 80, maybe 90, if, he is allowed to. It's up to Byun to try and stop that, of course. And now Byun is moving out across the map. He's got a medevac with Marines. They gun down the scouting overlord. The Hellions now moving in. They see no fourth base. Does Byun actually know?
Our SC2s are under attack.
Solar, how did that happen? Alright, so now we start the dance here. The Queens are here to try and repel the Hellions, but the Zerglings meet the Marines on the other side. Drama ensues, conflict erupts. And this is the first little bit of scouting that Byun has actually done for this entire game. He really doesn't know what's going on. He knows Solar has a third base, and that Solar has enough queens that the Hellions can't really get in. Oh, barbecue time. Solar? Okay, he does save it. Transfuses go out on a few of the damaged queens. Zergling's going to offer some support. Byun is forced back. The medevac is still here though. The medevac able to pick up some of these units. Not that one. That Hellion is gone. Out of here. Does Byun have an armory? No. There is no armory, and there's not even an armory in production. So there's no threat of a Hellbat push, or these even just switching over to Hellbats to get healed, which might actually be for the best. I don't know your personal feelings about Hellbat pushes, but they are a risk. A gamble is probably the most polite way that I can put that. Beyond. Gotta get those Marines out of there. Queen's just pushing the Hellions back behind this. Beyond a quick third CC. Quick. Relatively quick. And additional barracks are on the way. Barracks looks like 6 and 7. Total production structures. Barracks, of course, up to 5 total, but total of 7 production structures. Get the hatch. Good cancel. For just a handful of Marines here, that actually is a pretty big deal. Little bit of resources lost. Byun has still lost more over the course of everything. That's mostly in the units. There was a Liberator at some point. Did you see the Liberator? I didn't see the Liberator. 10 out of 10 observing skills. Way to go, Indigos. Come on. Tank push now, picking up pace. Zergling's gonna try and stop that before it gets here, but they will make it to this hatchery. And I think that hatch is gonna be as good as gone. Will the Zerglings going across the map be able to get anything done, though? Few stim Marines. Dangerously low, actually. They do get the drone, but the Zerglings get into the third base. There's not a whole lot of defense here. There's one tank very far away. That is an optimistic tank. The tank range is very far. Yeah, it's right about there. It's not that far, though, beyond. Oh, that's a good position right there. Tank is going to be able to shell the drones, get rid of the guys or Zerglings across the map. Ooh, the Marines tucked into a nice spot. Good choice by Byun. Zerglings are going to be forced back. Single SCV able to live by hugging the wall. Bane speed is almost done. 5 seconds. Solar needs that Bane speed to repel this back. And even then, I'm not sure. Those tanks are in a wonderful spot. He needs to send some Zerglings up around to try and wrap, get a full surround. Oh yeah, he'll be able to clean this up. The tanks are gone. The Marines running for dear life. They do target down some Banes. That's a good trade. Total losses? Minimal. The real damage at this stage of the game is any losses to the economy. Both players are even on workers, which is Terran favored. You might be thinking, but you just said they're even. Yes, but remember, mules exist, people. The Terran can call down the mules and get extra mineral economy, so the Zerg actually needs to be a bit higher. Good pickup, saves them from the Banes. Few Marines pushing forward. Do they get a queen for their troubles? They're trying. They get one. But the medevac is shot. All the Marines going to be ripped to shreds. Gory end. Very gory end. Both players at a whopping 69 workers. I'll leave you to fill in the rest of that statement. Very nice. Yeah. You're welcome. So, bit of peace. Here, Solar's going to take down some rocks. Solar's actually trying to tech up. Technical difficulties. He's going for the lurker den there. Meanwhile, Byun just clearing some creep spread. He's rotating around. He doesn't know about that base, but he probably suspects. He actually really doesn't know a whole lot of that is going on. Besides the fact that Solar has Zergling Baneling tech, bunch of queens, and is trying to defend the bases. He's going up to 80 drones now. Byun not able to push forward yet again. Hydras are out now. They do have the ability to turn into lurkers, and even Hive Tech is finished. So those lurker upgrades are on the way. Does he even need them though? It does not look like it. Solar's going to be able to clear that up. Meanwhile, Marines come into the third base though. Able to target the hatch. Oh, the Zerglings are streaming in. That's too many Zerglings. And Baneling's now coming to picks them up. Gets them out of there. I agree. Good choice by Byun. Few lurkers being morphed, evolved, changed. Hydras are being changed into lurkers. Whatever the terminology you want to use is. There's lurkers. That's the end of it. Pushing forward, a few creep tumors going to be picked off. The lurkers are going to burrow. Byun does know about them, but that's a lot of Marines. And just pure Marine is not very good against lurkers. There's a bit of micro involved. Ooh, that's a good counterattack. That's not a good counterattack, not anymore. Byun now going for the main. Solar does see it, he's responding. Spore Crawler pushing up. But the Viper exposed. That's a bit of a blunder by Solar. Viper is picked off. That's plenty of Zerg forces to handle that though. Lingbane is going to be picked off. That drop is repelled. It's up to this push now. There's still the lurkers here. Marines moving forward. A few of them dying off. Transfuse on the lurker. Very nice by Solar. It's too much damage though. Byun is just taking too many losses. He can't get anything done. Solar is at a very comfortable 90 drones, 106 army supply, and Byun is unfortunately way behind in the supply count now. That's what this is boiling down to. Lings, Banes pushing forward. Even Byun's reinforcement army here is being cleaned up. Oh, 12 SCVs go down to Banes. It's too much. That's too much damage. Byun has to tap out, taking too much damage after really not being able to get much done for the whole game. Solar did very well with the defense, able to keep Byun at bay, both sides. The drops, I have to applaud Byun for trying with those drops in the main at the third. Simultaneously, they just didn't get enough done. Solar able to punch right back with the lurkers eventually. If you enjoyed the game, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.